Hi guys, welcome back to Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. Well, the AMT 1955 Chevy Cameo Pickup is done. It turned out really nice. I'm really happy with it. This is the second one I did, and I'm really happy with both of them. Despite the front and rear windshield fit, this is really a pretty nice kit. If you get a chance to build it, don't let those window fit issues bother you at all, because this is a pretty fun kit. It lends itself real well to being modified, which is what I did on both of them. So I just think it's a good base or foundation for a cool looking truck. Or if you want to build it stock, I'm sure it builds up pretty good stock. Everything I used went together really well. So I highly recommend it. And you know, if I had an opportunity to pick a couple more up for a really cheap price, I wouldn't turn them down, that's for sure, because I already got a couple of ideas of where I could do with a couple more of them. That's how fun this kit is. But anyways, let's take a look at this purple one here. Let me get the camera turned around and let's check it out. All right, guys, so here it is. The AMT 1955 Chevy Cameo Pickup Truck. This one I painted in Createx Pearl Plum. I cleared it with Createx UVLS 4053 High Gloss Clear. I used bare metal foil around the trim. I used the wheels and tires from the Revell 1970 Pontiac Firebird kit. I show how I got those to fit on in my previous videos here, and the build videos of this one. I did lowered it and made wheel tubs for the back for clearance issues out of prescription pill bottles and some sheet styrene. I showed how I did that too, the lowering and the truck bed with the wheel tubs. All craft paint for the wood grain in the truck bed. You can see my tutorial on that, or I'll have a tutorial coming up, but you can see a quick little tutorial in my build video of this truck. I also did a custom exhaust, as you can see on the reflection there. I will have a bit of a more in-depth tutorial on how I do build my mufflers coming up pretty soon too. Okay, and we'll go underneath. Take a look underneath. You see I did some detail painting, but nothing overboard, nothing extreme. You see I sanded down the tread on the tires. You can see the scratch built exhaust and a little bit of the parts from the 55 Chevy, the crossover pipe. So nothing overly crazy or anything like that, just some detail painting. And we will look in on the engine compartment, and I'll pop off the hood here. You see I added spark plug wires, I added heater hoses, and I used a machined aluminum air cleaner from Off the Sprue. Very nice air cleaner. I just taped it off and sprayed the body color Pearl Plum on it. And we'll look from the side. I used a strip of bare metal foil there on the heater hoses. And we'll go around to the other side. I used a hole punch to punch out a couple little dots of sheet styrene for the oil filler cap there. Thought that'd be kind of a cool little addition to it. And otherwise, just some detail painting. And we'll come along to the interior. I'll try to zoom in a little bit here. There we go. The two-tone interior done in the Createx Pearl Plum and Apple Barrel Antique White. And just some detail painting there. And the door panels. And we'll bring it around, show you the back view from the back glass. And from the driver's side. Not much in the interior of this one. Just try to get some detail painting. You see the door handles, window crank. Not a lot of details, but it did go together pretty well. I did add, if you can see there, a turn signal indicator. You can barely see it behind the steering wheel there. Let me show it better from the front glass there. There we go. Just use a piece of wire with some crazy glue at the end of it. My glue at the end. I gotta say, overall, this was a pretty decent kit. This is the second one I built. My first one was in pearl turquoise. Everything fits together pretty decently. You know, the glass, like we touched upon a couple of times, is pretty ill-fitting, but there are workarounds around that, as I show you in my previous video, build video on it, how I did the workaround on it. It's not terrible, and it doesn't take that much away from the actual build. Everything else goes together pretty good. The truck bed fits together pretty nicely. It goes on the frame real nice with the locator pins and pinholes, as does the interior. It might be a little trick getting the interior tub into the cab just right to get it to sit right on the frame, but I didn't have an issue with it. Could be a little tricky, but it worked out good for me. I can't say too much about the suspension or the engine because I did modify both, but I did have a spare engine that actually went together pretty good. So all the stuff on this fits together really, really nice, guys. Really, really nice. And if you can get past the ill-fitting windshield and rear window, this is a pretty nice kit. Like I said, this is the second one I've built. They both went together really nicely, even though they were modified. You can tell that all the parts fit really, really good. So I'm going to give this one a highly recommended. If I could, I'd build a few more. Okay, so that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. And when I decide what I'm going to build next, I'll have the unboxing of that kit coming up on my channel. Other than that, stay tuned for more content, and thanks for watching.